Shigatsu wa Kimi no Uso aired just recently in the fall season of 2014 animation, animated by the infamous studio A1 Steak Sauce. I mean, pictures. That was a typo in the script, my bad. And directed by Kyohei Ishiguro, which is his first anime he's leading. Takao Yoshioka is the writer who wrote Watsumode, High School DxD, and more embarrassingly for him, Queen's Blade. Yeah, that. With the fresh director leading the charge, let's see how they did. Piano protege Arima Kosei is famous among young pianists and is the best of his group, groomed by his villainous mother to play the score and nothing but is the reason he's like a machine. But after her death, Kosei is depressed and cannot hear the notes any longer. 2 years later, he meets a girl named Karui, and there his journey begins to resume piano playing after a 2-year hiatus. Premise is good. Walking into this anime, I had a good feeling and it intrigued me to say the least. As I continued to watch, I began to see how the story was spinning a web so intricate that it was impossible not to get caught up. Granted, it follows a template very closely to that of a show like Critical No Basket. They tend to build up a hype for a performance or a game, and when it gets there, it lasts about 2 or 3 episodes, and then repeat, except the stakes get higher every time. But that never was a problem because that's what the whole anime revolved on and how it affected the characters. The structure fit the anime well as it also handled other subjects and plot points at the same time without making it feel rushed at all. The story takes a hold of you and doesn't let go until the very end. You're so immersed in it you feel like you're drowning with the characters. Arima's mother plays a huge role in the first half of the anime and how she affects not only Kosei but everyone he knows, plus subplots that I can't mention that were done so well and thought out to the fullest extent. Some may be wondering why I don't go into too much depth, and that's because I want people for this review to not be spoiled because I want to convince the viewer to watch it if they haven't already. I'm guessing you can tell now if I liked it or not, and quite frankly, hell yes I did. My main concern comes with the writing, and going into the show it's all spring and flowers and la la, happy fun until shit happens. Now I'm not saying it happened suddenly because it didn't. The transition was fantastic and done almost flawlessly, but during these dark times, it tried to make you laugh when it shouldn't have. There are episodes that are meant to be dark and rainy and crap, but I guess the writer felt it was too much, but it really wasn't, and some scenes just ended up being ruined because of the comedic try. Comedy was great in the anime, it was genuinely funny, but just sometimes it wasn't supposed to make you laugh. Other than that, the story was excellent. Here's where the meat of the anime lies within the characters. Remember the web I was talking about the anime had spun, or rather the writer? Or rather the original manga. Okay, that one. That was all the characters. The plot is propelled in most cases by the characters in a sense where it relies only on the characters. The characters are essentially the story. It took a more slice of life approach where the characters were opened up like a book and it was basically the story they told, not necessarily the plot that made the whole anime interesting. And my God, were they good. Each character had something they wanted to work towards. They all had goals, and each one relied on another. Kosei affects so many people, but so many people affect him as well. He was influenced by his mother, Kaori, and his past. Kaori affected almost everyone she met, and it's just amazing how they did the characters. Everyone seemed to impact someone else, and it was awesome to sit and watch with them. The characters, especially the main ones, are heavy in their dialogue, and it may seem to get boring at points, but they're really showing you how they feel. It's not pointless dialogue to eat up minutes, it helped with the development a lot. There are a lot of flashbacks in some of the characters' lives to show you how they've changed or stayed the same. Sometimes they're just there to show you a certain relationship one person had with another. In any case, the characters were done phenomenally, making me care about each and every one of them, which is really what it comes down to. Did the characters evoke any feelings from you, and if it did, then it's done its job. Clap it up for A1 guys, they really did a good job here. Shigatsu really stood out of all the anime they've done with the studio. With beautiful backdrops and scenery everywhere, the characters look great with immense depth. There was also use of limited CGI in which at these particular moments were done well with nothing out of place or sticking out. It just looked great. Now, during the most comedic scenes, there came a use of chibis, and one may argue that it was budget cuts, and you're probably right, every studio will have them, but where it matters is if they used them at the right time using the right venue, and here, it was done well and fit right in. The use of colors in the anime was fantastic, real bursts of color that were beautiful to look at. The times where the humor did not fit was not the animation's fault, so I will not hold it against this category, but overall great animation. Well guys, it seems I've been praising the show to no end, and it won't end here. The soundtrack was great and immersive, really fitting the tone and time for every scene. The openings were fantabulous, which is odd because usually the second opening is only half as good as the first, but both were on par. Endings were endings, what can you say? As for the performance soundtracks, those were good. I can't say much because I'm not a classical enthusiast, although I do enjoy classical music, but what I can say is whoever played those pieces is damn good. A little more than medium. You'll want to see more after watching it to the end, and you might just want to watch it over again. I could see myself rewatching it later on in the year, so I guess that's good enough. I do keep the replay value section very short and to the point because it does not have an overwhelming presence in this main score that comes out at the end, so it's not really going to have an impact. It does impact it a little bit, just ever so slightly, but not enough to, change a lot of the score. I really like music anime, mostly because I love music and I've played and play instruments quite a bit. It's always fun for me to see that in anime, especially when it's good music. Shigatsu not only was a music anime, but it was also a romance show that worked out so well. Many people refer to it as Feel-gatsu. Don't ask me guys, just go with it. It's the community thing. I'm just here telling you what I've heard. But because the feels are so real in the anime, that's why they've dubbed it that, or so to my understanding. Shigatsu made me love the characters, the plot, and everything it brought to the table, as well as the animation. I know when it comes to A1, it's a hit or miss, most of the times a miss, but Shigatsu really hit it out of the park, and it was a wonderful roller coaster of fun. And tears, man tears. So in conclusion, the story was awesome, really getting the viewer's attention. The characters spun an intricate web of greatness. Animation wonderfully and orgasmically done. Sound was music to my ears. So corny, I know. And the replay value at a high medium. With all these details I have pointed out, I can award the anime Your Lie Neighbor with a final score of 9.55 out of 10 with a recommendation of hell yes, it's Blu-ray worth it, as it deserves someplace on your shelf or wherever you keep your anime. At this time, it is available for legal streaming on Crunchyroll, as I recommend to watch it there or wait for the DVD release and watch it then, whatever suits you best. I would also recommend to watch Kids on the Slope, another great music anime focusing on relationships more than the music, but you'll find it quite nice, I assure you. Many thanks to all of you watching, sticking around to the end of the video, and don't forget to subscribe if you like what you see, and if you would want to see more, of course. Comment your thoughts below on the anime in this video, and also like if you enjoyed, as it helps me out a lot. Thanks again, until next time.